Hey everyone, Bill here from Pebble. I'm very excited to introduce Mark Baker, a journalist and travel writer who has written for Lonely Planet, Frommer's, and Fodor's, as well as being featured in National Geographic, BBC World News, and the Wall Street Journal. Mark is currently living in Prague, but he was born and raised right here in Youngstown, Ohio. Over the holidays, he came home for a visit and was inspired to write a travel guide about the city. Thanks for joining me today, Mark.
Well, my pleasure.
Your travel guide is fantastic. It was written with so much, I think, love and appreciation for the city. So what was it about your trip home for the holidays that inspired you to write this piece?
You know, I've just launched my own personal blog to try to describe some of my travel experiences that I've had as a travel writer. And I was home and I was thinking, I write these city profiles and come to this city and visit all the time, but I've never actually done one for my own hometown. So I thought, well, I have the platform finally to print it, and I have the experience of writing these types of profiles on other cities. So why don't I try it to see how it works for Youngstown?
So one of the things I find fascinating is, you're someone who's seen the world and you come back to Youngstown with fresh eyes. Is there something that you see that maybe those of us who live and work here every day are missing?
When I'm traveling around Europe and, in other parts of the world, I see a lot of trends in travel, a lot of things that people want to visit. A lot of those things Youngstown has that probably doesn't even realize it has. Let's talk about millennials and hipsters, for example. It is a real demographic. And what I understand by hipster isn't, somebody wearing a beard or drinking craft beer, but somebody who's really searching for authenticity, for searching for real history and real places, where experiences are real. And, look, it doesn't get any more real than Youngstown. I think from that perspective, it's an asset that the city of Youngstown has that it could leverage.
So what were some of those things that really struck you as being very, authentic and kind of trendy about the community? Because I think a lot of people in this area, and it's certainly not everybody, but, it's hard to encourage people about their hometown because they're just in it every day. So what were some of those things specifically that you saw that really, stood out to you?
Youngstown has an amazingly underutilized and underappreciated downtown. You just see it, you can feel it in the air that there's something happening, but yet the potential is so vastly underutilized still. And, I think a lot of people are looking for opportunities, interesting spaces, things that are not out of a big box store or cookie cutter, things that were really built to be an individual expression of a place. And Youngstown has that individual expression of a place. I know it sounds very ethereal, but that's the kind of thing that people are looking for these days. That's what I understand by the word authenticity.
Great. All right. Well, thank you again for joining me, Mark. To see Mark's travel guide and read his thoughts on the city of Youngstown, visit markbakerprague.com. Thanks, Mark.
Wow, thank you very much. It was great.